Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing today? We are here on this wonderful Thursday. Today, Tea and Truth today with Karen Booth, the baggage handler, Coach K, here to help you rid yourself of all the baggage that is lodged up in your soul. I am here, and the first thing I need for you to do this is what I want my live viewers and my mighty replay crew to do. Tell me where you are and what is in your cup because it is tea time. And tea time means you get all this good tea on unforgiveness. Today we're going to talk about um, you showed up. Yesterday we talked about you showing up as the self-protected version of you. Today we're going to talk about the guarded version. And they seem similar because they are. They are not the same. They are not the same. So um, here come my notes. They took a little long to get here. Here come my notes. But we're going to start with the same scripture that we did yesterday. Now today, I got to tell you what's in my cup. So I am live in Little Rock, Arkansas. Live in Little Rock, Arkansas from my very office. And in my cup today is orange pico tea, lemon juice, and sweetened with turbinado sugar because I believe in taking care of my temple. So I try not to use sugar a whole lot. So we are here. You are here with me, the baggage handler, cleaning out the baggage in your soul. We're always unpacking something that you thought you let go of, right? We always think that we have let go of things and that we have moved on from them. But what has happened is we just decided we we're going to deal with it. And that's kind of how unforgiveness lodges itself in your soul. Is you say, okay, I'm not going to deal with it. We're going to move on. We're going to go somewhere. We're going to not fool with the person. We're going to do all those things. And what happens is it stays stuck. So, like I said, happy Thursday, Michelle. Happy Thursday. We talked about yesterday the sex in my office with some orange pico tea. Uh, we talked about the self-protected version of you, that version that stayed in survival mode, that version of you that walks into the room and, well, that version of me, that was the version of me, walk into the room and strategically place myself because I want to be there, but I don't want to fool with nobody. Because don't none of these people mean me no good. So that's what we talked about yesterday. Today, we're going to talk to you about what happens once we go a little bit further. And when you come in, y'all tag two people. Tag two people on your row, okay? So we're going further. We're talking about what that version of you turns into. Self-protected version of you is trying to stay safe. It's reacted to what happened. It's learning how to cope. It's you want to be the one to be the safe space for yourself. See the air quotes. You want to be the safe space. Okay? We're fine. So then that evolves into the guarded version of you. The guarded version controls. Okay? The guarded version calculates, it shuts down, it limits access. It won't you started out in protection. Now nobody said be a fool and just let everybody have access to you. Like even the people who are not in a space of unforgiveness, they decide who has access to you because everybody doesn't have the same amount of access. So I am not out here advocating for you to let everybody in willy nilly all over the place like that. That's not what I'm advocating. What I what I am advocating is letting God do the protecting, letting God do the guiding, letting God do the healing, letting God tell you who has access to you and at what level. Because that's where we all should be. But life, the the enemy tries to do what he does, and so it ends up we create this space, we create this system of self protection, we create this world where people can get so far, and then right here is where they stop, and people the people don't understand why you keep them out, and you've lived that way so long that you don't understand why don't nobody get in. So I'm I used to be a super, super huge Star Trek fan. Like watched it every night. Went to see the movies and stuff. And there were these things, the shields up. Check off, put the shields up. Nobody could see the shields. But what they would show from the outside is somebody firing at them, trying to get in, and the shields would keep them out. Right? And so in that I can hear you. In that arena, you're good, right? In that arena, you know, keeping harmful things out, wonderful. On Star Trek, you got the Klingons throwing phaser shots at you. Yeah, that's great. But the shield, they didn't have the shields up all the time. They didn't have the shields up all the time. It was only when they were in danger. Other times, they would have the shields down, and sometimes sometimes a little something would happen. Sometimes a little damage would happen to the enterprise. Sometimes, oh, I bet it's this thing. That's what it is. Sometimes, it got a little hurt, but guess what? They had Scotty on board that could fix all the things, right? So here's what you should not be doing is having your shields up all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because the shields use a little power. And for us who are not designed to keep shields up all the time, we're not designed to keep shields up all the time. So it gets exhausting for us, right? So, okay, this earphone is bugging me. Um, so here's what happens when you have your shields up. You do not fully open yourself to the person who might be trying to just be a friend. Just be a friend. You don't fully trust. You don't fully express yourself. You think it's being careful. You think you're showing wisdom, but really you're controlling your level of exposure, and you might be keeping out the very people that need to get in to see you, or you might be keeping out the very people that you need to see. So the Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. So self protection starts when you start leaning to your own understanding. Then guarded living continues because you depend on your own understanding. And so what happens is you start dealing with and living with and managing your life by your own thoughts, by your own ideas, by your own unctions, none of which have you said, "Hey God, this is what I think I'm gonna do. What do you think about this?" And for the believer, that's not a very good idea. Dear child of God, dear child of God, when you keep everybody out, you keeping them out too. When you lock yourself into your own thoughts, your own ways, your own ideas, you're one in pride, and two, God is not a part of that. Because how I define pride and how I've developed a definition for my coaching program for pride is the thought that you don't need God for anything. Okay? We go more into that in my classes and in my one-on-one sessions. But the overall definition for pride for the believer is that you believe and think that you don't need God for anything. Humility, the opposite, is not being a doormat, is not getting run all over by the people, is not letting people run willy nilly all over you. It's not that. Humility is living in the belief that you need God for everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Right now, hey God, what should I wear today? And I have learned that if you develop a good enough relationship with God, when you ask Him something, a lot of times He'll say, "You choose today." A lot of times He'll say, "Wear this and this." And that's a lot of times what I try to do. God, what to wear today? This is how I messed up the other day. Tuesday, I work at a boutique, right? And we have mop days. And so I chose something that was really kind of cute, but I put some tennis shoes on because I stand up a lot. And I failed to remember that day was mop day. And God had really put in my spirit to put on some jeans. But I don't feel like jeans today. I feel like looking a little another kind of way. And he was like, "Well, okay." And then I put on my cute clothes and was fooling with that mop water in my cute clothes. Had I put on jeans, I would have been more mop ready than I was. So that's why I say, you think putting on your clothes is something, minuscule, something that doesn't matter. It absolutely does matter because who cares if you get mop water on your jeans versus your slacks? So anyway, so back to the verse Jeremiah 17:5. Cursed is the man that trusts in man and makes flesh his arm and whose heart departs from the Lord. My heart kind of departed from the Lord that day. I said, I want to wear what I want to wear. I put on what I want to wear. And the curse was that I was dealing with mop water in my cute clothes. I had made my own thinking my strength. I had made my own decisions, my protection. I had made control over my covering. It's not about building when you self protect and when you guard and when you do all of this because you haven't released forgiveness. Then it's not just about trusting other people. It's also about trusting yourself more than you trust God. Trusting me more than God had me in mop water in my cute clothes. I'm trying to make this as practical as I can because I think we think that trusting God means you looking like Indiana Jones who had no faith. Who has seen Indiana Jones movie? You should watch. And so he was trying to get across this big old cavern, and he had to use his faith to step out, and it looked like he was going to fall. But as soon as he used his faith to step on this ledge, crossed over. It was a whole bridge from one side to the other that he stepped out on. This was when he was trying to find the chalice of Jesus. Yes, I like Indiana Jones too. So anyway, um, as I stated, at some point, self-protection becomes pride. You're now no longer just not trying to be heard. You have made yourself your own source. Did do it. You have made it's the same thing that caused the fall of Satan out of heaven. I made myself my own source. Why? Because I figured whatever I wanted, I could work hard enough to get it. Well, what happens when God don't let you go to work? What happens when you get fired and you can't find another job? So I had to learn. God had to take me through the space of learning how to depend on Him. Was I saved? Yes. Did I love the Lord? Thought I did. Did I trust Him? Maybe not so much. So He took me through a time where, and it was about a year long, He took me through a time where whatever I tried to do to make myself okay, it didn't work. It did not work. It did not work. It failed miserably. But at the same time, He would take me to places and I would miraculously get access to some things that I didn't work for. That in my own mind, I'm like, I have to work to get this. But sometimes, God is like, let me give this to you, like any good daddy, right? So protection and guarding shows up in your life as control. I'll handle it, I'll manage it, I'll protect it myself, and your life just doesn't turn out as pleasant, maybe, as you would want it to, right? So, what you don't need to be is more careful. What you don't need to do is manage everything. What you do need to do is release control and trust in it. That starts when you take the time and you make the choice to forgive. And that basically is where I come in to help you do that. I am Karen Booth, the baggage handler, the forgiveness coach. That is me. I am she. The Bible says in Psalms 20 and 7, some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Hey, Kim Armstrong, how are you doing? Sometimes we don't realize that when the protection that we established because we got hurt, the protection that we established because we got hurt has now grown into almost like a stronghold. And it is turned into pride, and it's probably a little bit of anger, and you're probably living in, a little bit of fight or flight, and you're actually governing your life not from a place of love, but from a place of fear. You are governing your own life from a place of fear. Now, the Bible also says God did not give us the spirit of fear. So if God didn't give us the spirit of fear, then where did fear come from? Not from God. And you can figure out what other place that fear came from. So now, if you are basing your life and making your decisions, because you got to control everything, you got to manage everything, and you are the source, and so you're basing your decisions in life from a place of fear, then where are those decisions actually based from? Go ahead, I'll wait. Yes, child of God, those decisions are based from not heaven. So while they might seem like good decisions at the time, and while it might seem like wisdom at the time, if you are running your life from a fearful place, that is not God's best for you, dear believer. Very good, Kim Armstrong. You're running your life out of fear. What good can come out of running your life out of fear? Because what are you going to do When God presents an opportunity and you say, ooh, that looks scary. I can't control that. I don't know what that looks like. Ooh, I'm not going to do it. And what if it was your dream opportunity? And now that opportunity has sailed on by. You see the ship, it's sailed on by. Okay? So, to help you uncover, to help you dig out, to help you, you know, work through that. If you are ready, I can help you learn how to release it so you can move forward. I can help you learn how to see where you are still controlling. I can help you identify potentially what you are still carrying. And that is what coaching is all about. It is not therapy. We do not diagnose. We do not give prescriptions. We simply advise and give strategies. Yourself, that is right, Kim. You're self sabotaging. Stop talking about to come back. Right. End up yelling, sitting at the back, yelling, come back, come back, come back. So, yes, I help you uncover those spaces. I have a couple of people on here who have taken my classes. I think they would say that I do a pretty decent job of helping them, realize, oh, yeah, I do that. So, you know, if you're ready, you can. I am offering, here we go. I am offering some coaching sessions, some one-on-one coaching sessions, because a lot of times people don't like talking in front of other people. 45 minutes, three-quarters of an hour, excuse me, for $30. You go to my page. The link is in the comments. That flyer is pinned to the top of my page. Go to the link, go to the page, click the link, schedule your time, either Mondays or Thursdays. If those days don't really work for you, inbox me. We can have a whole conversation about what time may work for you, and we could probably work out something. Probably work out something that works well for your time and your schedule. All right. That being said, that being said, thank y'all for jumping on in here with me. That is what I'm teaching today. That is my teaching for today. I hope I have been helpful. Thank you, Michelle. I hope you have been helped by what I have offered by way of teaching. And I hope to see you on the other side in a one on one. Tomorrow is Freedom Friday. Tomorrow is Good Friday. So it's going to be Good Freedom Friday. Come on in tomorrow at 4:30. Let's see what we're talking about tomorrow in the way of forgiveness and your soul. This is Karen Booth, the baggage handler, checking out. See y'all tomorrow.